everyone. Welcome to the Pechay Show. I am Sharee, and in this show, we talk about everything and anything about sex and sexuality, love and relationships, because we believe makulay ang buhay sa sinabawang Pechay. Welcome to Season 3 officially. Episode 1 ng Season 3, hindi tayo papatumpik-tumpik. Basically, kasi parang kung magpa-first episode ka, yung bonggahan mo na, di ba? So, ano ba yung pag-uusapan natin today? Our topic is all about the dom and the sub power dynamic. Dominating and submitting are two common pero not as often discussed dynamics pagdating sa sexual preferences. More commonly called doms and subs, or D/S kung active kayo sa Reddit at sa Twitter. Itong topic na to, I don't think it's very commonly discussed or, talked about, pero feeling ko marami ding gumagawa in their respective bedrooms. Gusto ko siyang i-discuss kasi feeling ko ang daming may tanong about it and marami ding wala talagang alam about it. And I think for most people, yung idea lang nila ng dom and sub dynamic is yung napanood nila sa 50 Shades movies, which is kinda okay, pero hindi siya accurate. Wala akong kilalang dom at sub na ganon yung of pleasing each other. Anyway, so bago ko introduce yung special guest natin today, gusto ko lang mag-preface ng konting misconceptions and assumptions about doms and subs. Una sa lahat, hindi po sila freaks. It's just their way of expressing their sexuality and their intimacy with their partners and for themselves. Maraming maraming assumptions na kapag dom or sub ka, sadista ka, masokista ka. It's not always the case. Totoo siya for some, pero hindi po siya general rule. Also, hindi porket dom ka or sub ka, hindi ka pwedeng magkaroon ng loving relationship. Hindi po siya totoo. Marami akong kilalang couples in real life na pagdating sa bedroom, eto yung dynamic nila. Pero, hindi siya 24/7 na persona. Parang, okay, after sex, before sex, they can be very sweet and loving and normal, kumbaga. Actually, ang hirap din i-discuss nito kasi ang lawak ng sakop, ng scope ng pagiging dom at sub. Kasi, for the lack of a better word, maraming subcategories under it. And hindi na natin sila i-discuss in detail, pero the most important thing to remember and to know is walang isang formula na tama or dapat sundin. Just like with anything else pagdating sa pag-ibig ba yan, sa relationships, sa sex, sa gender preferences, there is no one right way. Kung saan ka masaya, hanggat wala kang nasasaktang iba and you're being safe, then go with it. Ganun lang. So, bago ako kumuda pa, I'm gonna introduce ang ating super special guest na finally naging brave na akong i-invite after 2 seasons. Please welcome Coach Franco Rulloda.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Hi.
I'm super excited to be here. Super excited. Podcast bucket list ko talaga na
oh my God.
mag-guest sa The Pechay Show. Now that I'm here, sana lang hindi to pakinggan ng nanay ko, hindi rin to pakinggan ng girlfriend ko. Feeling ko, ilalaglag ko yung sarili ko dito.
No.
So, I'm super happy to be here. Thank you for having me here, Sharee.
Yeah. Grabe.
Fan of the show.
Thank you.
Episode 1 pa lang.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Philippine Podcast Directory dahil they made it happen.
For connecting us.
Yes.
Tayo. Fun fact, I think si Coach yung isa sa mga pinakaunang fellow podcasters na nakausap ko talaga and gave me a lot of advice about doing this kasi veterano na eh. Ako, baby.
Teka lang, pod baby kaming lahat dito. We're all pod babies here.
Pero yan. Hindi ko na siya i-introduce kasi if you Google Coach Franco, parang kilala na siya. Kilala na siya ng Google. Ano yan? Social media influencer. Ayun. It's true.
Ang hirap. Alam mo yun, nakaka-cringe yung...
Sorry.
Ako talaga parang when people say that, I'm like, huh? I don't fit the description. Parang pag nakikita, hindi ako naglo-look away shot, hindi ako nag-peace sign na nakatayo. hindi ako never ako nag-Bible quotes. So.
Oh my God. Hindi sa sense na yon, pero if i-extract mo yung in your own way, you are. Alam
diba?
naman natin.
If I am that, then the Pechay Show with Sharee is my influence.
Grabe.
Okay? This show is an influence to me. It's an influence to me.
Well, thank you. Thank you naman. Okay. So, let's start the conversation. And hindi na tayo magpapaligoy-ligoy, Coach. First question. So,
okay.
Isa ka bang dom or a sub?
The way I understand it, definitely dom. Yeah, when we had this initial conversation, it's like, right. Okay, dominating. Yeah, I'm dominating, borderline imposing. Or if we can interchange both terms, yun. Pwede ako, pasok ako dun sa category na yun.
Oo, diba? Kasi, saka alam mo, hindi naman sa nagsistereotype, pero feeling ko masyashock ako kung sub ka.
Oo, diba? Kasi, ito rin yun how would I put myself in that category? And a lot of the reason behind that parang subcategory, the way I would define myself in the bedroom is because, I grew up in that environment. Let's put context into this for those who are gonna watch and listen to this. I came from a martial arts background, so basically, I do live a normal life, but the other side of me grew up in a very competitive environment. So, I grew up in the fight business, kumbaga, lahat na ng pwedeng adjectives, blood sport, fight culture. I was literally immersed in that. I grew up in that environment. So I grew up fighting, competing, training, and I was fortunate and blessed enough to be good at it, and I was able to achieve a lot of things in this industry, in the fight industry. So, culturally speaking, when you say the fight culture, the fight business sa Pilipinas, may kanya-kanya na siyang stereotype as with anything sexual or anything sex in behavior sa bansa natin, there's a stereotype.
Yeah.
And since I grew up in that environment, wherein it's, killed or be killed, you get beat or beaten, then eventually you do the beating. So, I grew up with alpha male. If there's an more appropriate place to see alpha males, it's my environment. It's my industry. So, if you're surrounded by alpha males, kumbaga, or if you're alpha females na rin, kasi ang daming magagaling na fighters na babae, everyone wants to dominate.
Yeah.
Kasi, if you dominate, you win. It's that simple. Yeah. That's the simplest equation to put it. In an actual fight or in a tournament, if you dominate, you win. So that carries over to almost everything that I do. So, it's a good and bad thing. I'm very competitive in things that I do, and I do my best to get, parang, kumbaga, if I can't get the top honors, kailangan one of the top guys ako doon.
Yeah.
So, I think that probably translated to my relationship and my sexcapades and sexual adventures and misadventures.
Interesting kasi, maganda siyang take kasi I think that's the first time I've heard someone say na ganun yung parang root kung bakit siya naging dom. Kasi for a lot of people na nakausap ko, usually flip side siya eh. Like for example, i-share ko na yung sa akin. Kasi in real life, breadwinner, solo parent, you have to do everything. Tas parang, I don't let people in easily. Alam mo yun, parang alpha ka talaga. So, ito, isa sa mga theory ni Jan, back nung medyo bata pa kami. Pero hanggang ngayon, sabi niya, tinatanong kasi niya ako palagi, ano yung fantasy mo? Sabi ko, I wanna be dominated, it's my biggest thing, sabi ko. Hanggang sa naging identity siya with some relationship na I think the bedroom becomes the one place na I don't want to be in control. I want to be controlled, ganyan. So, ganon naman yung, for some people, I think hindi lang ako. Pero ganon. Pero, yun.
Sige, go. Kasi, so you said everything, so that's the premise. The way I understand that is, bukod sa I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
In my experience, in my life, I've always known that, ito yun again, for the guys who are going to watch and listen to this, women are the more superior race. They're better than us. They're smarter than us. Okay, they're the superior species for the simple reason that they want something we want.
Right.
Okay, yun na yun. The power of the vagina is very, very, it's the
powerful.
vagine is very, very powerful.
I know.
So, diba, if you look at it from a social perspective down to a historical perspective, there were wars because of the vagina. Okay? So now, I think sa Pilipinas, culturally, women have this parang parang ikaw yung the homemaker. Everything's very soft. Diba? Everything about the woman is very soft. We tend to neglect the part that everything na yan, you listed down. You're a breadwinner. So a lot of women feel that way. A lot of women are that way.
Yeah.
Na when it comes to na hindi lang sa bedroom feeling ko a lot of women psychologically, when it comes to relationships, if they are in a relationship, that's the place that they want to be a little bit vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because they allowed they allowed people to get in, diba? So once you get access, you're allowed to be vulnerable around them. Then that vulnerability gives you the license to manipulate and do whatever you want with them. So that translates, and the highest level of expression would be in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I tell Karen, best wingman of the year ako palagi. Kasi I always tell my guy friends na medyo kailangan ng konting tulong.
Right.
I always tell them, women, they don't like boys. They want men.
That's true. Oh my God.
They want men. For whatever reason, profession, social standing, lahat ng babae, sabi ko, matapang sila sa mukha mo. Pero pag alam nilang kaya mo silang itapon-tapon sa kama, tutupi at tutupi sa'yo. So yun. So that's why you see na so when it comes to sexual tension, sexual relations, and human dynamics, that's where you see na ang daming people from the combat sports industry, a lot of arrogant men, they get the girl simply because they exude that confidence. And more often than not, may mga babae na na-attract sa ganung level kasi iniisip nila na this level of arrogance and confidence would translate to dominance in the bedroom. So it sparks their curiosity. It until they find out for themselves, it validates the reasoning or let's pala to, diba? So yun yung dynamic ni ako, that's just how I understand it.
Right.
Kaya ayun, very, very true yan na parang most women din naman, they're very strong on the outside because they want to prove something to society.
They have to.
They have to. Pero deep down inside, they want some. So ito rin yan strong women, women are strong by default.
Right.
But there's that part of them that wants someone that they can lead.
Right.
There will always be a part of them na they can stand on their own. You women can stand on your own. Pero there will always be that part of you that wants to lean on someone.
Right. Yeah.
So for whatever reason you have, so kanya-kanyang rason na yan, pero gusto niyo nang merong sasandalan. So yung mga magagaling man chicks, yun yung tinatap nila na okay, kailangan ng sandalan nito, halika rito. Kasi gawain din namin dati.
Yeah. Okay, pero I mean, definitely may point ka. I feel like for most women ganon, gusto nila ng alpha males na mag-take charge. And I think nag-system yun sa tawag dito, anthropological keme na if a man can provide, he's the strongest of the pack, May ganong, Darwinian mentality.
Yes, that's true. Yep.
So, but in my case, this is kind of funny kasi I identify as a switch. Sex terms, that means I could be a dom, I could be a sub.
Yeah.
And as a bisexual, when I have sex with men, I'm usually the dom.
Because you know what you want and you want to get it from them.
And I think it's because of my experiences with men na not really pleasant. And sometimes they take advantage of me in different ways. So siguro parang may power play na kasali na, tapos wala, they're just limp on the bed and I will do as I please. Pero with girls, I'm 100% submissive. And iba yung basta.
I think it's the emotional connection when girls do it with other girls. I mean, that dynamic fascinates me all the time. Kaya nga, parang ako, kasi magtataka ka rin bakit ang daming lesbian relationships that last? Diba?
Oh yeah, very tender.
Diba? It's a very tender dynamic. Yeah. Now, when it comes to the other one, yung previous statement mo, yes, it is. Definitely. It's a power play. You're one of the few, hindi naman siya one of the few kasi marami pa lang. Pero yun nga, girls in general, especially competitive girls, they know what they want and they know how to get it. You're that type. You're that type of girl. You know what you want, you know how to get it. So if your sexual partner cannot provide it to you or cannot give it to you during, you'll get it on your own.
Yeah.
Diba? So yun yung pinaka, I mean, and that's on you. That's your personality.
Yeah.
So personality play yan. Saka, ito lang yun. Siguro, ewan ko, no offense to the guys who've been with, pero probably they don't know shit what they're doing. Kaya siguro you had to. Kasi for you to push a girl to that point, yung tipong, tangina, hindi ko nakukuha yung gusto ko dito. Teka.
Yeah.
Ako nakatuwan. Teka. Humiga ka dyan. Ako na bahala dito. O kaya, you tell them what to do.
Right.
So it's either they really don't know shit, parang they don't know shit what they're doing. Diba? 3 things yan they don't know what they're doing. They're only doing the things that they want to.
Right.
Because they're only after their personal satisfaction.
Yeah.
Diba? And or, there's a disconnect dahil siguro you've only known each other for a couple of days, a couple of hours na yung ito yun para sa akin kasi the first sex is always the awkward sex kasi maraming kapaan yan diba? Wala pa sa, you'll probably end up being comfortable to each other like second round kasi maraming kapaan na parang ito gusto ko teka lang, ano ba, tatanggalin ko ba to? Gusto mo, diba? Yun yun yung dynamic ni so ano siya, kaya mas maganda lagi may repeat performance. Feeling ko kasi madidetermine mo yung chemistry and
na-build
sa repeat performance. Kasi kahit pa paano, sex is a very expressive activity. So it's the highest form of expression.
Very, very expressive.
Diba? So it's the highest form of expression. It's the highest form of connection. So the initial point of contact, makuryente talaga siya. Yun yung, kaya medyo awkward siya. Lalong-lalo na for those who probably haven't had time to talk.
Right.
Diba? Kaya yan, I don't know about your experience, pero ako kasi lahat ng bar pickups, those end up to being the most, like, it's either the most awkward sex or it's the most selfish kind of sex. Kasi,
fair.
Kasi mabilisan diba? It's either maghanap kayo ng sulok or maghanap ka ng kotse.
That's true.
So, yun.
Fair yan. Kaya dapat, lagi may round 2, round 3, ganyan. But yeah, I think, lately, prefer ko talagang, usually kasi hindi ko naman sila kilala. Like, for casual sex, bago ko hayaang ma-disappoint yung sarili ko, I'll just take charge right away. Para the Sharee meter. Up.
Teka lang.
Totoo lang. I mean, honestly.
Teka, anong oras na? Wala. Tsaka na. Let me do this. May meter, para expectation. Wait, let me do this. Hindi ako uuwi na hindi ako masaya.
Para, kasi may mga, ewan ko siguro konti lang sila, pero may mga guys na hindi kayang mag-round 2. So,
baka naman Diyos ko, kaya pagpahingahin mo naman ng konti.
Hindi, oo. Manonood naman ako ng movie habang nagpapahinga ka. Ganon. Gets ko naman yun.
Di ba? O kaya baka naman, so it's either papahinga or kwentuhan time or ano.
Yeah, exactly. So, ayun lang. Bago tayo mag-move sa next question, gusto ko lang mag-touch a little bit kasi may some kind of debate na sinasabing ayaw nila sa submissive dynamic kasi daw hindi siya pasok sa feminism. And I say no, that's BS.
Okay.
Kasi submission doesn't mean wala kang choice. Kasi being a sub means you chose that. And,
exactly.
And
that is true. 100%.
It's just a form of the pleasure that you want Tapos, hindi naman porket sub ka, alam mo, walang prior communication. Kasi meron. Like, kahit naman sa normal sex, may mga pag-uusapan kayo so, yung best thing to do kung first time mong makipag-sex sa isang dom as a sub, i-discuss nyo kasi kung ano yung mga
parameters. Yeah.
Parang balak niyang gawin sa'yo. Tapos pwede kang mag-no sa mga yon.
Yep.
Na based lang sa sarili mo, hindi mo siya kailangang i-please na kahit na hindi ka komportable doon. So ayun lang po. Kasi may mga nabasa ako na yung mga
you shouldn't read those things. You shouldn't listen to those people. They're idiots. Normally, yung mga nagsasabi ng ganyan, yan yung mga hindi sila masyado nakikipag.
Hindi nila alam. Hindi nila alam. Experience.
Kasi ako I have very limited knowledge. I mean, I do my best to check everything and put it to its basic core fundamental. And the way I understand subs or submission people is that ito yun if you allow people to do things to you, that is a sign of strength and it's a sign of vulnerability and you allow that person to do those things to you. Now, when it comes to casual sex or to I think if no one is going to ask the question, no answer will come out of it. So not unless sasabihin ni girl na ayoko pala ng ganito, ganyan. You agree? Okay, let's do it! Diba? Right. So, or the guy will say na I want this. Are you comfortable with this and this? If the girl says yes or no, yan. Hindi ko pero ito kasi yun like we're having this conversation. Kasi we came from experiences wherein yun yung experience natin. I really hope that people who are going to listen and watch this will be educated to the fact na maraming misunderstandings kasi hindi nagtatanong ang mga tao. So, magtanong kayo. Okay?
Wala namang masama. Mas maganda nga
Diba? Yeah. Kasi ganyan lang yan Tatanungin ko kagad yung would you like to get naked with me? Minsan magugulat kami, nag-yes. So, I'm like, okay, let's go.
Hindi na kasi, I mean, uso pa ba yung pa-cute na?
Ay, no, maraming, depende sa age bracket. Depende sa age bracket at depende sa personality. Pero, I think with the age of the internet, marami na rin. Ito rin yun. Mas marami ngayon yung all talk. Pero when it's time to perform, all sila. Kasi nga, diba, you're talking in front, I mean, we are actually, this is an actual conversation. You can see my face, I can see your face. We are communicating in real time. You have to consider idiots and other people, boys and girls, diba, na they would type. Diba? When you type something, you send it, diba, you could be anybody. You could be anyone, you could say whatever the fuck you want. Pero, yun nga, when it's time to like, okay, let's meet up and do it, diba? Suddenly, you have to rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
So, you have to rise. So, doon ngayon.
Oh my
so
God.
now, like, for guys and girls din to, since you've been talking a lot of smack, then all of a sudden, it's time to show up. Everyone that you talk to, or all the words suddenly mean something. all of
Yeah.
a sudden, you have to back it all up.
Mm,
Kasi, you're giving this level of expectation dun sa taong kausap.
Yeah.
Parang, I'm gonna fucking rock your world. I'm gonna make you come until you bleed.
Oo.
Yung mga ganon.
Tunay. Tunay
And
yan.
all,
Tunay.
diba?
Yeah.
Maraming ganyan. So, yeah.
Oh my
so,
God, I remember so many people.
diba? For example, sensei ng dick pic. Pagtingin mo, puta, hindi naman ko yun ah.
Ginugol lang pala.
Inedit mo to ah. Ano
Oo,
filter
diba?
to? Ba't may filter?
Applies din sa girls. I think hindi lang, I mean, given na kasi yung sa guys, performance-wise. Pero sa girls, like, huwag kayong mag-tease ng tao.
Oh, yeah.
Pag biglang, biglang dalagang Pilipina ka,
Oh!
na magbaback out ka. Kasi
Yeah, that
masakit-
happened to me. That
masakit
happened
sa
to me.
puso
Like,
yun,
yes.
friends. Hindi masaya yung masaktan yung puso mo. Hindi siya.
Tsaka ito yun, yung iba nga, when it's actually time to do it, yun, Maria Clara pala sila na kayo pala nila ng ganito.
Ay, ang dami kong kilalang ganyan. Oo.
Pag iaangat mo na yung, pag ilalagay mo na yung ankle sa kanilang tenga, sabihin nila, ay, teka lang, I'm exposed. Ano ba tayo dalawa dito?
Ano exposed? Ano expect niya? Tatakpan mo na? Ayun. Okay. So, na-establish na natin yun. So, Coach, ano ang mga paboritong bagay mo? What do you love about dominating?
I just love to appreciate a woman's body. Period. It's always about appreciating something that is like someone from above created this beautiful thing. Yeah, it's all about. So first is appreciation. I think yun yung first is appreciation. Then you become selfish, and then you start to dominate. Ayan. So when it comes to ako kasi, again, I'm just very simple. I'll do whatever the fuck I want with your body. It's just that. Whatever I feel like. Pero ang hierarchy ko is, I'll please you first, and then I'll do whatever I want.
Right.
Parang ginagawa ko kasi yun. Parang medyo yun yung parang winning formula ko na yun. Na parang if I satisfy this woman and she feels na I put her needs above mine, that is going to ease the situation. It's gonna make her more comfortable. That's gonna give me more permission to do whatever I want later. Yun. So yun. Mostly it's yeah, to sum it up, it's just doing whatever I want. Like doing whatever I want.
For me, I think being a dom, para sa akin yung primary source of pleasure, pwera dun sa sexual sensations, is yung power play. Yun talaga. Na parang, lalaki ka, tapos I'm dominating you. Dun siya, may ganong societal impact.
Yun yung emotional trigger mo.
Oo.
Yun yung emotional trigger.
Pero, I love being a sub. I think sa girls lang. Pero, based on my experience, it depends depende sa tao. Like, you can have sex with a lot of people. Pero I think, dahil yung experience ko was kind of with someone I was really connecting with, may konting na kami, emotional bond siguro. So, komportable na kami sa ganong dynamic na hindi kami dumaan sa vanilla sex. Even. So, I think isa sa mga true benchmarks ng isang tunay na dom is kapag hindi kayang mag-no ng sub sa kanya. I mean, sinabi ko kanina, we all have consent and everything, pwede kang mag-no. Pero, personally, dito sa experience ko, kapag sinabi niya na wag kang magkakam muna, hindi ko siya kayang gawin. I mean, susundin ko siya. Gagawin siya ng katawan ko. Kasi,
wow.
Oo. Sobra yung, niya, may hold talaga siya sa akin.
Ano yun? That's
pure
emotional connection.
Yeah.
It's emotional
It's
connection.
very, very connected talaga. Na parang, yung words lang niya, sobrang powerful sa akin. Kasi with dom and sub dynamic, merong, may punishment, may reward system, parang sa bata, na kapag dun papasok yung life outside sex. So, kunwari, nung araw na yon moody ako, naaway ko siya, ganyan. Tapos, when we do have sex, dadalin niya yon na parang, you were bratty today. You've been a bad girl. Tapos, parang,
you're gonna be punished.
Ay, nako. Parang, tapos parang susundin ko lahat ng sasabihin niya, gagawin ko lahat ng gusto niyang gawin ko. To prove na I'm a good girl for her. Ganon siya. So, napaka-powerful niya na minsan, I surprise myself even. Tapos, kapag sinabi niya sa akin, okay, be a good girl for me and come. Tapos, magka-come ka on the spot. Oh my God! Sobrang, oh God, sabi ko. Kaya, I think hindi ko siya kayang gawin with guys kasi parang hirap na para sa akin magkaroon ng ganong ka-intense na emotional connection. Pero yun.
Ano yan, it's the way I understand that it's yung dynamic mo with that person is very strong. You have a very strong emotional connection built on a solid foundation.
Yeah.
Kasi kung pangit yung foundation mo, hindi magbe-build up. Emotions are built up eh.
Yeah.
Emotional connection is built through time. So, ibig sabihin, it was good at the beginning, and then it added on to the point na ayan. So when it comes to this girl, you're very connected, you understand each other, and you connect at a high level. Kaya ganun, kaya siya. And then when it comes to other guys din naman kasi, it's either you haven't really, ako lang, this is just how I understand it. Normally naman it happens to both men and women. Parang it's either someone scarred you previously that you find it difficult to connect to another guy or to another person from the opposite sex na
usually
the walls are higher.
Sobrang
it's not that you didn't have a wall with the other person. It's just that when it comes to the male species, the walls are higher. Diba? So
guards na talaga.
So the walls are higher, there's barbed wires, and then there's a forest of thorns, di ba? Kumbaga, ikaw si Sleeping Beauty, di ba? Di ba? So now, in how I understand people, now, you can get over that either, the only person probably who can get through that barrier is someone you will allow.
Oo naman.
You're gonna allow, or sobrang lakas talaga ng dating ng lalaking yun na willing kang i-gamble yung sarili mo. Ganun.
Kailangan super mega special niya para
diba? So, yung tipong hindi siya Prince Charming, para siyang si Jason Momoa na tipong isusugal mo, na talagang isusugal mo. Diba? So it's either it's some Eastern European, it's some European prince, it's Chris Evans, or it's Jason Momoa. Parang ganun yung
hero siya.
Diba? Kailangan superhero kasi yun na yun. So, until you get over that emotional barrier, or you get, normally naman kasi sa mga babae ganyan eh. Kaya sila galit ganun naman kami sa amin lalaki. Parang, you find it hard to trust women, or you find it hard to trust men. Kasi may nangyari sa'yo previously. Diba? Kahit naman ako, nangyari sa akin, parang I got heartbroken one too many times. There was a time, galit ako sa babae. Kasi doon ako nagkalat.
Ganun eh, no?
Kasi doon ako nagkalat. Parang sabi ko, they're all here, they're all placed here to hurt me. So, okay, uunahan ko na kayo. Akala nyo pinaglaruan yung puso ko, gagamitin ko kayo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. May face ako ganun.
Yun. So,
na parang, magsisex kayo once, tapos, feeling mo nagugustuhan ka na nila, tapos biglang,
tapos,
pero
I'm catching feelings. No.
Anong second date, isang date lang dapat.
And you'd be surprised, marami rin babaeng ganyan. There are girls out there who are doing the exact same thing, pero hindi lang syempre sila open about it. They're not. They're probably talking about it with their other girlfriends.
Yeah, that's true.
Pero they're...
So, yun.
Diba?
Yeah, may pleasurable things from both sides, dom and sub. And I gusto ko i-mention yung pain aspect, pero kasi iba na siyang topic eh. Like BDSM, although medyo nag-overlap siya.
Pero I think,
yun.
ito yun kayo mga girls. Pero kasi, ewan ko halos lahat ng babae, they kind of like this small amount of pain. That tolerable amount of pain.
Hindi ko alam bakit.
Ako hindi ko rin magets. Pero, like, if girls say that they don't like to get slapped, they're bullshit. Okay? Every girl wants to be slapped.
Nagjo-joke lang yung mga yun.
Nagjo-joke lang sila, okay? Ewan ko, siguro, meron talagang Pilipina dyan.
Ewan ko.
Talaga, pero ako, like...
Hindi ko pa siya na-meet.
Ako rin, di pa. Wala pa akong na-meet na gano'n. As in, okay, gusto niyo pala talaga to, ha?
Feeling ko dahil nakikita, madalas siyang i-portray sa media, like sa Hollywood movies and stuff, yung Spank Me Daddy, Keme. Although, feeling ko kasi in real life, gateway lang siya eh. Yung light spanking, tas mamaya gusto mo ng choking na, tas mamaya may mga ginagamit na kayong accessories, ganyan.
Wala pa, buti na lang hindi ako, I don't see myself using accessories.
Right.
The spanking accessories, parang, hindi ko ata kaya yung meron akong pamalo.
Right.
At kamay ko ata, pwede na eh. Malaki naman yung kamay ko eh. Sabi ko parang,
well, depende yan sa nyo talaga, sa mga trip nyo as a couple. Kasi, kung gusto nyo siya, medyo life-changing din na yung ganong toys. Pero, that's a different topic.
Yes.
Okay, so, feeling ko naman ever since kind of dominating ka na talaga bilang sa senior mong background.
Dahil sa topic na to, napaisip ako, parang wala.
Regular sex, wala. Ano sa tingin mo yung pinaka-extreme acts of dominance na nagawa mo na in the bedroom?
Oh, God! Scenarios ba pwede?
Pwede.
Okay, tawa dito.
Sorry. Kasi given na dominating ka sa career mo, you know, and all that, pero sa sex. Alam mo, wait lang. May quick insert lang ako. Kasi alam nila Christian, ni Ma'am Christian na interviewin kita ngayon. Sabi niya, gusto daw niyang makita na may tatanong ako na hindi ka makakasagot kaagad. So,
okay.
Mission ako.
Teka lang. Okay. Hindi kasi, nag-flashback eh. Okay, ito naman for me, this is like something I really enjoy. Yung girl tells me to stop, but I don't. Yeah, pero yung tipong they wanna, and when I ask them after why, kasi they always say this phrase it feels overwhelming na kasi. I asked them, was it good or was it bad? They say, no, it's really good, pero it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite sequences. They would want them. It's always lay them on their stomachs, then you hit them from behind. Tapos may time no, talagang they'll say na parang stop muna. Then I say no, and then it reached the point wherein some of them masyado nagyapang ako sabi some of them. Siguro parang one or two.
Dami
Started, di ba? Parang inisip na pokpok ko pala. Diba? Started crawling out of bed. Crawling out. Kasi sabi ko, tapos I would say, no, you don't. Tapos, siyempre, physically stronger than hihilahin ko sila. Other times, I tried experimenting with the position to the point that, okay, I'm used to pulling them back. This time, I'm gonna start going with them. So, habang susunod ka na yan.
Oh my God, ang cute.
So, and then, yung iba naman kasi, I would like to think na they're gonna squirt or they actually squirted, pero kasi they would say na they're gonna pee, and then I still won't stop. Yun, yun nila alam, pero yun nga, and then legs starts quivering, hips start shaking, and then para sa akin kasi those moments are like good ego boosting moments for me, but at the same time I see that they're being satisfied as well.
Pigilan.
Yun nga, so siguro kasi, ewan ko rin pero hindi man pinipigilan kasi wala na silang choice eh. I think I like that moment, yung tipong point of no return, no, whether your body likes it or not, it's gonna happen. Yun. So, I like that.
Total abandon na yun.
And then, of course, I have an extensive knowledge of how the body works.
Right.
And then, I use that. Definitely use that to my advantage.
Good for you.
Kasi syempre, that's why I tell guys nga parang, martial arts in general, especially I specialize in jiu-jitsu. It's a lot of core and hip movement. Everything is about the hips.
Yeah.
So we all have strong hips. So you can go stroking rom-com levels. You can go extremely hard porn star levels. Like, so you're all capable of that. And then eventually, dahil nga you know points of control of the body, you know how to like angle out. As in, when we say angle out, it's like how you positions. There are certain positions or certain angles of the body na you know the body's capable of doing, pero hindi nila alam yun eh. So, yun.
Nice surprise.
So parang sa kanila, oh my God, hindi nila alam.
Bago
pwede
to.
Pala yun. Bago pala yun. Yan.
Ma-feel to.
So, another one would be, when it comes to, of course, there's the spanking, and then you also know where to put downward pressure. So there are instances wherein a lot of people girls like to be hit from behind, pero they also don't know na okay rin pala yung while you're doing it, they're flat and then there's pressure on the shoulder, there's a little bit of pressure to the spine, there's a little bit of pressure to the lower back, which actually increases their pleasure. Tapos you will angle, everyone just follows what they see on porn, pero you can actually angle out the legs in a particular way that Pero syempre, these things din naman took some time, trial and error.
Oo naman.
Diba? You'll see the reaction of one thing that is yung mga ano ba to? Parang laglagan version na to. Yung mga go-to moves. It's called, if you look at YouTube, it's just a wrestling move. It's called the half Nelson. So if you just imagine the guy from doing it from behind and then they're doing a half Nelson. For some weird reason, girls like it. Another one is prior to COVID pa to, we call it the face mask. It's a face, they call it the face mask. Kasi a lot of people, ito yung mukha mo, when they cover the face, it's the entire palm, ganon. Sa combat sports, when you do a face mask, it's actually a cupping motion with your hand. And then, it's like half suffocation kasi you cover the entire portion.
Oh my God.
Nakaganyan.
Okay.
So, hindi siya nakatakip. You're slightly squeezing the jaw and then the nose is slightly closed. So, nakakahinga ka pa rin. Makakahinga ka sa ilong tsaka sa bibig. Pero, weird eh! Lahat silang stillness!
No. It's very good. Promise. It's really good. It's really good.
And ito yun. Ginagawa ko siya sa tournament, sa competition. So ngayon, kami ngayon, parang ginawa niyo. Yung mga tipo nagkukwento lang kami sa gym. Kunyari, di pa dumarating yung coach namin, nakaganyan kami, biglang na lang, may nagtanong na lang, nakahiga kami sa mat area, biglang nagtanong, ginamit niyo na ba yung face mask sa kama? Tapos lahat kami, oo, kukwento lang kami. Kukwento lang, okay na, nakaganon ba, nakababa ba yung ilong, nakaangat ba yung bunganga, so kanya-kanyang compare notes na yan. Then eventually, syempre, girls like to be carried, so it's good.
Buhat gaming, favorite.
Buhat gaming, and then a lot of people, kami, sa amin, it's like, parang patagalan, honest tayo dito, honest.
May timer dapat.
Hindi kasi, yun nga yun eh, you see it in the movies. Again, I don't know kung ikaw, if you agree, yung mga buhat-buhat sa movies, parang hindi siya realistic eh. Kasi, if you just carry it by the waist, malalaglag yung girl. Tsaka masakit sa edits mo yun, okay? So, there's a more comfortable way of doing it. Okay? There's actually a proper way of doing it. And then, some guys din naman kasi, since they're not really fit,
Ayun,
they
dapat.
can just carry girls for like 5-10 seconds.
Right. Oh my God, memories.
How I actually timed myself, I was able to do it for like more than a minute. This was more than a minute of carrying and pumping.
Right.
Second half was very vigorously.
I think isa sa mga underrated moves is any form of standing sex.
Yes.
It's really, really good. Sobrang
I think it comes with the angles eh.
Yeah.
Feeling ko sa angles eh. Tsaka paano kung mas matangkad sa'yo yung babae? Mahirap yun pag mas matangkad sa'yo yung babae. I learned that the hard way. Wala ako. Hoy! Teka. Parang hindi tama to. Balik tayo dito.
Kaya laging,
Not gonna do that ever.
ini-ensure ko na matangkad sa akin dapat malagi yung kung lalaki.
Pero yan. Yun din. It's like, okay. Standing is good. Pero again, everything is angular. Ako, I tried this.
Oo, sa angles talaga.
Nung first time nga, gagayahin mo pa yung sa movies na nakasandal sa pader, tapos nakaangat yung isang paa ng babae. Pero isipin mo, pag ginawa mo, hindi na magkakang ginagago ako ng pelikula. Diba?
Right,
It's always and then, syempre, the longer you do it and the more communication you have, there's malaking factor din yung pag nakayakap sa'yo yung babae, it's either they grab underneath your armpits or they go wrap their hands around your neck. So, yun na yun.
Two-way street talaga siya. For sure.
Street.
Pero, natuwa ako na face mask pala yung tawag doon.
We call it the face mask. It could be
another term.
It could be a different term for other people, pero kami we call it the face mask.
Tawag lang namin parang shut up eh.
Shut up.
Kasi if you're being too loud, tas parang gusto nila yun actually. Pero there's this girl na kapag maingay ako masyado, gagawin niya yun. Pero imbis na mapastop ka, parang siyang push to do it even.
That's true. And then there's the face mask combo. So that's where you can do
may mga pangalan na mo.
So it's a combination of, you can do it either ng nakatapa or nakatogi. So it's kind of a reach. So kailangan angular din, pero kung mahaba naman yung wingspan mo, that's better. The way I'll do it is you hit them from behind and then you do a face mask. Pero you're going to tilt their neck up. Yeah. So normally kasi ang tao ganyan. Tilt up. So when you tilt it up, iaangat ko ng konti yung nose bridge. So there's a little bit of displeasure on the jaw and the nose area, pero it's compensated by the pleasure that they get.
Right.
Ayun.
Similar sa pain pleasure. Same position, pero either chino-choke ka niya sa neck or inhila niya yung buhok mo.
A lot of people like ako medyo may weakness ako sa long hair ng mga babae.
Ako din. Oh my God.
Ay, ginagawa ko yun. Tapos ito yun. May degree. So it's by the roots or by the tail. never ako nagitna. Lagi akong roots or sa tail. Never ako nagitna. Ha?
Bakit kaya?
Ewan ko, yung hands ata natin kasi so if you grab it by the roots, it establishes it's a closer connection from the nerves of your hands to her head. Now, when it comes to the tail, wala lang, natutuwa lang ako kasi nakikita ko gumagano'n yung ulo niya. Diba? So, isipin mo na lang habang umuungol o sumisigaw, wala! Ganon. Diba? May ganon. So, ikaw ngayon, ito. Ayun.
Okay. Gusto ko yung mga sagot mo. So far, so good. Okay, ano naman yung may mga bagay ba na ginagawa ang isang sub or, just someone you're having sex with, na dinodominate mo, na never fails to turn you on?
Ano ba? Yung, you know that, I don't know if it happens with other people, pero kasi when you have, ito na naman tayo, from behind na naman eh.
Okay lang yan,
paborito ko siya. So from behind, and then they get, parang it's, they came, you know that they came, and then you're still thrusting.
Yeah.
And then it reached the point where they're putting their hands on your hips. Parang hindi mo alam kung, ba't ba nilalagay yung kamay mo dyan? Diba? Nilalagay mo yung kamay mo dyan. So hindi mo alam kung do you want them. Do they want you to stop? So kunyari, ikaw, as a girl, why would some girls do that? Like, instead of just putting your hands right in front of you, why would you, like do this?
Yeah. I would do that kasi it means I want more.
Talaga? Pag gano'n? So it's like you, so parang you want to cup the butt, gano'n. Parang you want to cup the butt and put it closer there.
Make it deeper, make it,
Ayun, okay. So when that, one of the things naman that is parang for some reason it becomes very intuitive. And it goes to is like when someone does that, automatically it's, how would I put it visually? You grab the wrist, you turn the wrist inside, so it's like a wrist lock. So, and then it's not really bending the wrist. It's you make them subconsciously bend their elbows, put it behind their back, so para silang parang na-arresto. Pero ito yun. A lot of people think that you can end it there.
Parang siyang boat.
So what I normally do now is, if it's there, some people just press down on the lower back. Ako, I press down on the lower back a bit, and then I hike the wrist towards the spine. So medyo may so mapapa-extend. What happens now is it creates this certain level of magkaka-arc ka ngayon, mapipilitan kang mag-chest up. So yun, so it's both pleasurable for me and for her. Yun.
Very good.
And then you do a double wrist. So sometimes you do that, and then so they're gagawin yun ngayon. So syempre nakatukod sa isang kamay yan. Mapapagod yan. So eventually yung mukha niya ngayon pupunta dun sa kama, or dun sa pillow, or dun sa kumot, or sa carpet, or sa tsinelas niya. So, akala niya siguro magpapahinga na kayo. Gagawin ko naman, hindi. Kukunin ko yung isang kamay niya, ipipilipit ko ngayon doon. So, dalawang kamay niya na ngayon nakaganon. And then, after that, I will reach a point wherein, I don't know if you want to try this, try it soon. So you can actually, I'm thankful that I have big hands to the point na from there, dalawang kamay sa likod, naka-arc, I can actually hold both wrists with one hand, and then I'll grab one foot and arc it up this way. Yeah!
Nice. Yeah.
So yun, so parang akala niya siguro nag-yoga na siya ngayon. So yun.
Alam mo, kaya ayoko talaga mas maliit sa akin. Para sa mga ganitong dahilan.
Hindi naman sa, smaller guys can actually do it as long as they know what to do.
Gusto ko lang i-make clear, pagdating sa ganito po, height doesn't really matter. Kasi may kilala akong dom. Alam ko makikinig siya dito. 4'11 lang siya. Pero,
diba? Lalo na yun. May Napoleonic complex yun. So, lot to prove yun. Lot to prove yun. So, isipin mo na lang, para kami Energizer Bunny doon. Parang,
True. Okay, shots. Okay. Very nice.
Disclaimer, pwede pong totoo o hindi yung pinag-uusapan namin dito.
Nag-google lang pala kami.
May cheat sheet po talaga kami dito. May kodigo lang po kami. A or may not be our experiences. So.
Bahala na kayong mag-decide kung sila. Alam mo, based sa kwento mo, Coach, feeling ko, true-blooded dom ka, hindi mo lang siya nililabel talaga. Kasi, kalawang dom ka without the toys and without yung rules and terms, yung mga official terms, pero very similar sa mga kilala ko.
And I actually figured that out here in the Pechay Show.
Yeah, realization.
So, this is my coming out as a dom. I've been keeping it for so long. I finally realized that deep down there are certain things that I feel that I do not understand and don't know how to express. But apparently, because of the Pechay Show, I have fully come to understand.
Congratulations!
Maraming salamat po.
I'm so proud of you. pa bang mga dominating MS fantasies na gusto mong gawin na hindi mo pa nagawa?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Sa bagay.
Ang hirap din kasi I would do things that I want to do. I would also do a lot of stupid things because I wanted to. I mean, it's just how my mind works. I mean, ang dami ring out of the heat of the moment na would have thought that I'd fuck someone in the fire exit. Or,
right.
Diba? Yung
mga spontaneous na.
Spontaneous, diba? Simply because I wanted to. Like, but sa tapat ng bahay nila or sa kwarto ng kapatid nila.
Yes.
Or,
may extra kasi yun eh. May
diba?
extra ink kasi yun.
Yeah, it's always, people say, it was the thrill or ako.
Getting
it
caught.
Could probably that, the getting caught. But for me, my mindset was, it was simply because it was what I wanted. And I didn't care about what were the repercussions.
Right.
Diba? And yan, yung some of the bad, and hindi man the bad, a lot of the stupid is yan, lalo na dati, pakialam ko short pakialam woman, kahit I didn't care if you were married or if you were, basta, it's all this ego and testosterone filled need to conquer people. Yun. So it was that. So when it comes to that question, ang hirap din na parang meron ba akong iba pang gustong gawin, I don't know. Kasi yung mga gusto kong gawin, ginawa ko siya eh.
Right.
Ginawa ko siya eh.
Valid naman.
So parang, so ngayon when it comes to those things, parang I would have to reach into my imagination and like, okay, paano ginagawa?
Tama. Kasi variety is the spice of life, pero more so pagdating sa sex eh. So if hindi ka imaginative, hindi ka, alam mo, parang in the moment, bigla nag-decide ka, bago to, gusto ko siyang gawin ngayon. Parang, well, maybe, you could be just one of the many vanilla couples, pero para sa mga taong adventurous talaga, I think, mahalaga talaga siya, yung experimentation and adventure.
So it doesn't have to be like there's a chance for you to get caught. You can do this at the comfort of your home.
Yeah.
Diba? You just have
Hindi naman namin sinabing mag-sex kayo sa tapat ng barangay hall, ganyan.
Oh, yeah, wag yung gawin yun. Kasi maraming flashlight doon, tsaka siya successful.
Mahirap yun.
Diba? It's all about, I think one of the reasons why there were a lot of really good experiences because maganda yung communication.
Yeah.
There was kahit naman hindi mo sabihin deep connection, meron kayong personal connection.
Right.
Not to the point na but after having sex, hindi yung tablahan na lang hanggang tigas ang gaule. It's more of you get to talk, merong personal connection.
Something
and then that leads you to get to a higher level of connection for your next few performances. Yeah. Yung ano ko dyan. Napaisip ako sa tanong na yun.
Napaisip ka? Kasi hindi siya something na iniisip mo kasi nga, you just parang go out
do it.
Every time. So parang maganda ding mentality yun. Don't plan ahead. Just do it.
Yun nga eh. Parang do I have to make a list now?
No, you don't have to.
Make a list now?
Saka, pa-disclaimer lang po na kahit ganito yung level of, parang spontaneity and adventure, mahalaga pa rin na pumayag yung other person, laging may
yun din. I think yun din. Parang feeling ko malaking factor yun.
Kahit wild po yung mga pinagkagagawa namin ni Coach, for sure, pumayag yung mga girls na ginawa.
I think, malaking...
Kasi otherwise, iba na yun.
Malaking factor yun. Na parang, if you're game to do it, the other person has to be game as well.
100%.
So that, kasi, kung ano man ang dynamic ng relationship nyo, at least, pwedeng balikan yung experience na yun at pagtawanan nyo siya. Alam mo, it would always make for a really good story. Yun, di ba? You remember that time? Yeah. So, di ba? If not for the thrill, do it for the story.
Yeah. Magandang ano yan. Motto sa buhay.
Diba? If it wasn't as thrilling, just at least it was a good story to remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Medyo na-discuss natin to nung ka-chat pa kita before the recording. Pero, para sa sake ng listeners, have you ever used any toys?
No.
So, no. Pero,
I'll probably use what was in the immediate vicinity.
Tama.
Yeah, it's
improv.
I've used the bed sheet. I've used any cloth dun sa ano na yun. Kasi you could use almost anything. And to blindfold, to control and subdue a person. You could use the furniture to create the angles that you want to. Yan.
Boy Scout.
Oh, Boy Scout ka. Yung bathrobe, di ba? May tali yun. Pag natatanggal yung tali, maganda yun. You can have yung mga tuwalya, pwedeng tukuran yun.
Oo.
Diba? Then, mostly, I'd like to use whatever is within reach. Pero, like, actually bring a toy or to use something that wasn't there, na talagang baon ko.
Right.
Wala.
Well, lalo na kapag, hindi naman planado yung...
Yun din. Kasi, hindi planado.
Nasa kotse mo ba lagi yung mga handcuffs mo, di ba?
Parang hindi naman tama. Oo, di ba? Tsaka, di ba, some people find the kink in handcuffs. Ako kasi, like, kaya minsan pag nag-handcuff rin, masakit to eh. Bakit siya sinusuot ng mga tao? Kasi you do this, or you do this na matagal, masakit siya. Dapat kung gano'n, matuto ka magtali. Matuto ka magtali.
Well, to be fair, may mga handcuffs kasi sobrang flimsy.
Yun.
Naglalaruan.
Yun. Yung sex toy na handcuffs talaga.
Pero for real.
Yung for real, masakit yun. Masakit
kasi
siya.
yung pleasure doon is, kung sub ka, tapos either you get tied up, kung tali man yan, kung blanket man yan, kung handcuffs man yan. Parang, you're just there, naked, probably.
You're vulnerable. It heightens the vulnerability.
You can't do anything. You can't. Yeah. Tapos, yung tension, yung sexual tension na build up nyo na. Tapos, yung dom mo, either tinitignan ka lang niya, or hinahawakan ka niya ng paunti-unti. Tapos, the fact that you can't touch yourself or touch that person back. Nasa ano bang tawag doon? Yung panggugutom. It's a form
the tease.
It's a form of pleasure din, kind of. So, ayun. Kaya marami ding may gusto nun.
Oo naman. Dami.
Super soft.
Kaya nga may mga kink shops ngayon
Oo. Marami
hindi naman siya bebenta kung hindi siya gusto ng mga tao.
Ay, oo. Diba? May link po sa baba ng show notes.
Di ba? Ano po, nasa internet naman po tayo, so wala naman po mag-judge sa inyo pagka nag-click kayo dun sa comment section. Lahat po ng inyong mga pangangailangan. Okay? Pechay Show approved and endorsed.
Okay. Pero sa future, may balak ka ba, Coach, na magkaroon ng toys like paddles, whips,
parang
cuffs,
I don't know.
ball gags?
Kasi ito yun the ball gag, di ako fan nung ganun
Right.
Siguro dahil, I don't know, some people kasi find their pleasure using accessories. Siguro ako, I find
yung katawan.
Parang if I can do it with my own body. So
Fair.
It simply means that I am using my personal tools in order to control you and you can't do anything about it. It gives you, it's very empowering.
Yeah.
Parang may empowering factor siya.
Oo naman.
Versus, kasi ito yun
if
you're wearing handcuffs, diba? If you're wearing handcuffs, or there's a ball gag, or the restraint is due to an inanimate object that is not part of you. Versus,
right.
if you cannot move because I don't allow you to move.
Yeah. Mas powerful.
Mas preferred ko yung ganon.
Okay.
Kasi yung palo ng this is a very, it's a cultural thing. Like for example, in my team kasi, if someone gets promoted to the next belt level, they all go through a gauntlet. So rin siguro I don't wanna whip people.
Right. Okay. Personal reasons.
So parang it's a very ceremonial thing for me. So if I do that in the bedroom, baka isipin ko, tanga na pinopromote ko ba sa tao? No, wala. Ako lang, kamay ko na lang. Okay na ako sa kamay ko. Ayun.
Oo, no.
No, hindi rin eh. Ewan ko, it's probably, I don't know, but it works for me kasi if I slap someone's ass and I see my hand mark on her butt, that's my hand on her ass. Diba? So it gives me that, it gives me that kick. So siguro, kaya rin siguro, I wasn't really, I didn't explore that part. I didn't explore the toys and the gadgets.
Pero FYI lang, like, sa dom sub community, merong such a thing as marking na tinatawag, na ima-mark mo yung sub to prove na sa'yo siya.
Wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
Either yung hands mo around the throat, or really, really dark hickeys.
Okay.
Or yung mga marks ng slapping, ganyan. Ayun.
Parang you're marking your territory.
Yeah, you're mine, parang ganyan.
Doon lang tayo sa marking territory. Mahirap naman ba yung mga sinusunog na baka?
Ay, wag. Iba na yun. Parang iba na yun.
Yung iba kasi, meron ako nakilala dati. Puta, wild eh. Parang pinapasok ng yung paa.
Ano na yun? Ano na siguro, S&M na pumapasok.
Oo, parang ako talaga sabi ko, parang weirdo mo parang weirdo mo Sabi ko,
right, oo. Pero may ganun talaga.
Meron kasi may party ko pinuntahan. Basta there's a difference between napaso versus pinaso.
Oo.
So, nandun sa parang angle nung So, sabi nung kasama ko doon, ano yan, napaso yan. Tapos, chinismis nila sa akin kasi nagbanyo daw sila. Sinabi raw, lagi raw yung ginagawa nung, nagbanyo daw sila. Kwento niya, chinika daw niya na parang markings daw yun. So, ginawa siyang baka? So, ginawa baka? Tanga-tanga naman yung lalaking. Insecure naman.
Well, kanya-kanyang kink lang.
Okay, yun. Kanya-kanya pala siyang kink.
Okay. So, feeling ko we can continue for 5 hours. Pero, meron ka ba, bago tayo mag-end, meron ka bang advice?
Okay naman ako.
Diba?
Marami na ba tayong pinag-usapan? Di ba napansin?
Parang ang dami. Pero, masaya naman. Meron ka bang advice sa mga tao na feeling nila deep inside dom sila or sub sila, pero hindi pa sila sure, or feeling nila at some point it's a possible kink or fetish para sa kanila? Paano nila pwedeng i-enjoy ang power dynamic in a safe way?
When it comes to power dynamics kasi, and the way I understand human behavior, I could definitely say this lang based on my upbringing and the culture that I live in, that I walk around in, is everything begins with self-confidence and how you view yourself, diba? How can you practice being a dom if you're not comfortable with yourself? So the moment you have to be comfortable with yourself. When it's not self-love, it's being confident in yourself.
Right.
You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know your limitations, and then once you acknowledge that, I say this even to my students. Every one of us, we all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses, we all have our limitations. The first step into anything towards success is to acknowledge those things. Marami kasi, they know, they're aware, but they don't acknowledge it. So ngayon, their weaknesses become sources of insecurities. So, if you acknowledge them, once you acknowledge them, you sinasabi mo na it's there, it's present.
Yeah.
Diba? Now, once you know, you acknowledge its presence, now it's easier for your body and your mind to work on it. Kasi ito yun if you don't acknowledge it, you're denying it. It's there, pero you're in denial. So yun, everything begins with that. Once you don't have to overcome your fears, you don't have to overcome your weaknesses. No, it's accepting who you are and then working on yourself. Okay? Work
all
on yourself.
All parts of it. Parang.
Kasi when you work on yourself, your strengths become stronger.
Right.
Your weaknesses become your limitations.
Right.
And your limitations are eliminated. So, it gives you more. Ito lang yan. The main reason why naman it's so hard for people to express themselves is because they're shy. Why are they shy? Because they fear judgment.
Yeah.
So, if you're more confident, then you don't really give a shit about other people's judgment. So, yun yun. So, everything is about comfort. So, you as long as you're comfortable with yourself, it's a domino effect. And it's gonna take time. I think you have to acknowledge also the fact that it's gonna take time. Tapos when it comes to dom and it could come from just this inner being na hindi pa natatap, or ito lang yan you put an idiot in a room full of sharks, or you put them in a room full of very confident people. Give it a month, he's gonna be confident.
Tama.
And I've seen that one too many times already.
Right.
Merong nabully na bata na low self-confidence, low self-esteem, enrolled in our class, became part of the team. Eventually, he suddenly realized na he could do more. Na akala niya pushover siya, akala niya weakling siya, pero he got better, he got stronger. And the girl finished ngayon.
Right. Nice.
So I think we cannot discount the fact that culture and environment plays a huge role.
So parang work on your character development. Tapos everything will follow into your sex life.
Oh. Yeah. Feeling ko yun kasi ito lang yun. Why would girls want to have sex with guys that they choose? Kasi they feel na they're either yung mga they're on the same wavelength, secondary na lang yan Bakit kayo napunta sa part na yun? Kasi either one of you was confident enough to bring up the subject.
Yeah.
So, since and paano napunta yun? Paano kayo napunta doon? Kasi someone had the guts to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, yun. Diba? So, yan lang naman yan din naman yung basis ng mga pick-up artists at ng mga dating experts.
True. Ay, nako. Oo. Ayun. Add ko lang, medyo malayo dun sa sayo. Pero, sa context ng dom and sub, I think, isa sa mga ways to enter this kind of relationship, either with casual partners or, someone na in a relationship ka talaga with, if extreme dominance and submission yung trip nyo, mahalaga po yung safe word. Lately ko lang siya na-apply in real life. Pero kasi, like, kung may mga na-try na kayo na bagay, tapos so far you wanna go further pa, pero that person thinks na, shit, I could actually hurt you with this. Then you come up with a safe word. Kasi, tulad nung pinag-uusapan namin kanina yata, o kahapon, ni Ma'am Jelly, na huntahan na, sabi niya, saying stop, it doesn't really work.
Oh, saying stop doesn't mean stop.
Yeah. Kasi minsan, it just means keep going. Pero yun lang yung naisip ng utak mo for some reason. So, kaya ayun yung importance ng safe word kasi may mutual understanding na pag sinabi mo to, it actually means I'm in physical pain na hindi na pleasurable.
Yep.
So, ayun lang.
Tsaka ito naman in relation to that, feeling ko rin naman kasi if you reach a point wherein you're doing something in excess, diba? Kaya I think the way I understand this whole conversation is you're a dom, diba? Because you're in control.
Yeah.
If you go past control, that's not actually being a dom.
Yes.
You're at the point of compensation, diba? Meron ka ng emotional hugot ka na, may pinatutunayan ka na sa buhay.
Oo. Tama. Tama yun. Exacto yung sinabi ko. So, ayun, bago ka mag-plug, Coach, promote ko lang yung mga other podcasts na nag-guest ako recently. Kanina, hindi, kailan ba ito mag-air? Last week po, na-release yung guesting ko with Adrian Duarte. Check out Love, Growth, and Freedom. We talked about fitting in, non-conformity, kung bakit hindi siya kailangan sa society and sa personal development. Tapos, watch out for skepticisms ng The Skeptic and the Rusty. Nag-guest ako dyan with Ziggy. Tinanong niya ako about the top 5 worst ways na guys tried to pick me up. And marami po kayong matututunan. Sobrang plot twist nung huli. Medyo naging dark. Basta, maiksi lang siya. I think half-hour episode lang yun. Pero, masaya siya. Masaya siyang episode. Tapos, finally, Wednesday ngayon, no? Nung Monday po, na-release yung episode ko with Ava Talks. Si Antoinette, si Vanessa, si Ada, bagong podcast yan. We talked about sexual awakenings. And 20-something, early 20s lang sila. So parang,
Sexual awakenings. Oy!
Yes!
Nung mga 20s na yan.
No, exactly. So, ayun. Tapos, shout out ko lang yung mga bagong top fans kasi nagtatampo na po sila. Kuya Jack.
Yeah, batiin mo yan. Kailangan batiin mo yan.
Kuya Jack. Jack Talks Tech, pinanghirapan po talaga niya yung top fan badge niya. Araw-araw talaga nag-like at comment siya. So, ayun. Kuya Jack, si Just Tony ng Just Saying, si Mark Jester, that's MJ Podcast, and si Ma'am Shinochi ng Precious Thoughts Podcast and the Unorganized Podcast. Ayun lang. Hindi ako na masyadong marami. Ikaw
okay lang yan. This is your show. So, you
please,
can plug whoever you want.
Well, yung October 7 episode ko, parang isang oras yung shoutout. Pero, enough na yun. So, Coach, hindi ko alam kung na-mention natin, podcaster ka din. Pero, tell our listeners saan kanila pwedeng makita, marinig, mapanood, and all that.
Okay. Again, thank you so much, Sharee, for having me over. I hope I was able to
naman.
Put some value in your show. I'm an avid fan of the Pechay Show. I'm an avid supporter of the show.
Since day one.
I really believe na this is gonna outlast all of us.
Grabe.
I mean, in terms of growth potential, because you're someone who's discussing something that should be discussed, but people are not brave enough to talk about it. So that's why I'll always back you up kasi nga this is something that should be discussed. And kailangan mo ng panakitputas na guest that you can always message.
Oh my God, grabe yung
and then take shout out to everyone in the Philippine Podcast Directory. That community is amazing. When we started, last I checked, it was like only 150 of us now. Then nung chinek ko siya recently, I was like, wow, 2,000 plus people na. Diba? Podcast PH. And then I have my own podcast. It's Coach Franco Says. I have discussions with different people, and I'm just finishing my line of guests because I want to have the person right next to me on my show as well. Don't worry, bastos din po pag-uusapan namin. I'm on Facebook. Just go like my page, Coach Franco Rulloda. I'm on Instagram at Franco Rulloda. And if you have any questions regarding, dati started everything with just martial arts, and then eventually people were asking me about fitness, combat situations, kasi that's when that's the thing about the internet. Suddenly people realize na I've been helping law enforcement people and armed forces people. So yun, di ko rin alam kung nasa Google yun, pero ako kasi di ko ginugoogle yung sarili ko. Pero
I think so. Nakita ko sa LinkedIn mo.
Ayun. So ayun, I'm very happy to be here. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much, Coach. Sa totoo lang, sobrang nervous ko kanina kasi hindi ko alam bakit. Pero,
nervous?
Oo, kinakabahan talaga ako kasi.
Ako rin, kinakabahan din ako kasi di Sharee Narciso yun.
Oh my God, shut up.
Sharee yung kakausap sa akin. Parang puta baka maya naman, pahiya ako sa...
At saka dati kasi dalawa kami. Alam mo yun?
Si Jan, wala si Jan.
Sabaw ko may sasalo naman or if mag-off topic. Pero ngayon parang, oh my God, nasa akin lahat yung...
Doing an amazing job. This is really amazing. I don't know if you I cleared my evening for you. So if you want to go further, okay lang ako dyan. If you want to record more for your next episode, okay lang din ako kasi sabi ko, hindi ko rin naman alam kasi kung kailan mangyayari ulit ito. So I'm good with it.
Okay, pero thank you ulit, Coach.
Yes.
And thank you po sa lahat ng nakikinig. And for supporting the show, 3 seasons na. I can't believe it. Parang something na napag-isipan lang out of nowhere dahil quarantine, di ba? Medyo feeling ko personally, medyo lumayo na yung narating namin sa
Oo naman. Ito lang yun with for everyone who's gonna listen and watch to this, the Pechay Show is that show that's very consistent and it's withstanding the test of time. I don't really give a fuck about you other podcasters, pero kasi pod fade is real. I've seen so many pod fade. Okay? So, nung nagsimula, tapos yan, puno ng excuses, pero I mean, the effort and the material, they're doing a great job here in the Pechay Show. So, that's why I'm very, very happy and thankful here.
Nalunod ako sa Okay, thank you. Ayun lang. Thank you mga Kapechay. Bye-bye.